All right, let's play detective for a few minutes. Today, we're going to decode some really subtle but super important distress signals that your body might be sending out, and they all point back to one single, incredibly hardworking organ. You ever feel like your mood is just a total roller coaster for no good reason? Or maybe your skin seems to have a mind of its own, and you're dealing with issues that just never seem to clear up? What if I told you these things aren't just random, disconnected problems? Well, it turns out this is probably not a coincidence at all. Think of these as coded messages, like an SOS from a part of your body that's been working way too hard and is finally asking for a little help. So, yeah, let's dive into this. So, let's meet the main character of our story today, the liver. It's often called the body's silent worker because it does so much behind the scenes, metabolism, detox, but here's the really fascinating part. It also acts as your body's emotion switch. And when this silent worker gets overwhelmed, well, it stops being so silent. It starts sending out signals. And not just one or two. We're talking about 8 specific hidden alarms that can tell you, hey, your liver is feeling the strain. And here they are. We're going to cover the whole gamut, everything from your nails and skin to your mood and even your digestion. Some of these are things you can see, others are things you feel. So let's start decoding, shall we? Okay, first up, let's look at the clues that are hiding in plain sight. The ones you can literally see just by looking in the mirror or at your own body. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting because the liver's health shows up in some pretty unexpected places. So take your nails, for instance. Those vertical lines or brittle nails, that's not just a sign you need a manicure. It could mean metabolic trash is building up. Same goes for your skin. If it's looking dull or you've got acne that just keeps coming back, it might mean the liver's overnight repair shift just can't keep up. And those little red dots on your chest or back, that's described as an internal blockage that's basically turning into fire. And the visual clues don't stop there. You know that old saying, the eyes are the window to the soul? Well, they might also be a window to your liver. If your eyes are feeling dry or you're seeing persistent red streaks, that's seen as a direct result of that internal liver fire. And here's another huge one, your urine. If it's consistently the color of strong tea, even when you know you're drinking plenty of water, that suggests your bilirubin metabolism has slowed way down. All right, so we've covered what you can see. Now let's switch gears and talk about the signals you experience, the things you feel emotionally, and yeah, even the things you might smell. I absolutely love this quote because it's just so relatable, isn't it? It reframes that feeling of being irritable or moody, not as some kind of character flaw, but as a purely physiological signal. Your liver is literally having a tantrum. And this is a perfect example of that emotion switch we talked about. When the liver's regulatory function gets blocked or strained, all that energy gets stuck. And what's the result? Well, you might suddenly feel really down or find yourself getting furious over something totally minor. It's that roller coaster feeling, and it's directly tied to how well your liver is functioning. Our final couple of clues here are all about your breath and your digestion. That bitter taste in your mouth or bad breath that brushing just doesn't fix, it could actually be ammonia that your liver hasn't been able to fully break down. And if you find you're, gassy more often, it might not be just what you ate. It could be your liver's metabolic rhythm is out of whack, which then messes with your digestion and causes all that gas to build up. So we've decoded all 8 signals. But you might be wondering, what's really going on here? What's the actual root cause? Well, it all boils down to 2 key concepts, blockage and fire. It's really a simple 3-step process when you look at it. First, your energy or qi gets blocked. This can be caused by everyday stuff, like stress, not sleeping well, or bottling up your emotions. Then, step 2. That blockage creates stagnation, and the pressure builds up and turns into what's described as internal fire. And finally, step 3, that fire shows up as the physical alarms we'd been talking about, like the dry eyes, the red dots, or feeling super irritable. Okay, so understanding the problem is huge, right? But here's the best part. The solutions are actually pretty straightforward. So let's get into a simple care plan with some things you can actually do. Think of this as your basic maintenance checklist. See how it directly tackles the causes of that blockage? Instead of bottling up your emotions, you want to actively manage your mood. Instead of staying up late and messing with that overnight repair shift, you want to the idea is to eat lightly. See? Simple, actionable changes. So the big takeaway here is that your body is constantly talking to you. These signals, they aren't just random annoyances. They're valuable pieces of data. So the final question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you know how to decode some of these messages, what is your body trying to tell you today? Thanks for tuning in.